Hey guys, we're back with a Jimny video. Today I'm going to do it with the garage door open. I'd love to show you, but it's a beautiful day. It's a little bit chilly, but out of the wind in the garage, kind of a bit of a sun trap, and it's really hot in here. Apologies, you may be able to hear some swans in the background. There's a load of swans migrating, and they've decided to land in the fields over there. So yeah, you might hear them from time to time. But yeah, let's take a look at what we're going to do today with the Jimny. So first things first, apologies for the mess in the garage. I'm halfway through a tidy up of unpacking all the track day stuff, but I decided to jump on this mission for today. So let's take a look. First of all, the first job is, so yeah, you can see the hazard lights are on there. You can't see that one because of the light, but that side repeat is working. This one, oh well, it is kind of working now, but the other day it wasn't working. I did have a quick look the other day and I actually made it worse, but for some reason, you know how it goes. Today it's actually working, but I'm going to replace this one. This one looks quite old anyway, so I've got something new for that. New in the form of these side repeaters. Now these are just clear ones that are going to go in there. And that, now I think I prefer the orange ones, but these were about a quarter of the price of the orange ones, and I plan to upgrade all the lights to LED in the future, probably next year. So I didn't want to spend a great deal of money on them. So I've got these, we'll see how they go. They've got orange bulbs in them, so hopefully they'll look okay, but I'm not sure. What do you think? Orange or clear? They kind of look a little bit chromy actually, the way they're finished. But yeah, okay, so that's job number one. We're going to replace both corner lights with these. So yeah, I did allude to it in my introduction video for the Jimny, but we're going to replace, or not replace, we're going to refit a spare wheel carrier on the back there. I got it from Up Garage, second hand. It looks good condition, just needs a clean up, and it was only 2,860 yen with tax. So what's that, about 15 pounds? 15 pounds in my opinion is pretty cheap and good. So let's get the bonnet opened. So the bonnet release in this is, interestingly, if you didn't know, is in the glove box. No, I've never had a car with one in the glove box before. So first thing we need to do is the cables actually go under the jack here. So I need to take out the jack. How are we going to do this? With this, I guess. I think you just open the jack up and that's what clamps it in place. It's good to know that this jack works as well, I guess. Yeah, nice. Perhaps clean that up while it's out. So it looks like there's a bit of a cable system there. I'll get you in closer for a better look. Here we have the back of the indicator here. That goes down here. There's one bullet connector there. And the other cable, I believe, just goes onto this earth here. So it should be a fairly simple fix or swap. So I'm going to wear gloves because I always forget to wear gloves when I'm doing stuff like this. And especially on the older vehicles when they're really oily and greasy, that stuff really clings to you. So gloves today, I remembered. So let's get this popped out. Oh yeah. Let's get you in for a closer look at that. So this is the back of it. Now this tape is what I put on, but as you can see, the rubber has really perished, and it's got to a point where it's kind of like turning back into oil, where it starts to get really sticky. So I put the tape on there in a desperate attempt to keep it going, but yeah, it's pretty knackered. As you can see, actually, look. Oh, you can see how it's stuck to the bulb there. Oh, that's pretty grim. So that can go in the bin. So yeah, it's just going to be a case of disconnecting this bullet, popping this off. So let's get that earth disconnected first with the lowest one. So it looks like it's a 10mm on there. Has it got a nut on the back, or is it captivated? I think it is captivated. So while we have him off, I'm going to just give that a quick clean up in there, just so we can know we can get decent earth back on it, even though I think it's a thread that's giving it the earth. So while we do have it off, let's feed in the new light because we want to put this back on, so we're not doing the same job twice. On he goes. That's on there, so that's the earth off. Now all we need to do is get this bullet connector out. Should just be a case of pull it, pop, out it comes, throw him in the bin, and then the new bullet connector here, be a case of push him into there. Yep, so that's got it. Yeah, I just had to get some long nose pliers just to get in there because it's quite a tight fit. Put this rubber shroud into there. It gives it a little bit of waterproofness, I guess, somewhat. And then it's just a case of screwing this back on. Now these are they are kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but they are not quite a rectangle. They do taper thinner one end, and the thinner end goes to the front. So it goes here like this. It doesn't need to be like super tight, but just tight enough to clamp the gasket, create that little bit of a seal like that. What do we think? It doesn't look too bad, I guess. Let's see what it looks with the light on. Oh yeah, that's much better, much brighter than it was as well. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. On to the other side. So you've seen me do one, we're gonna do this side now. Although this side looks like a fairly new one in comparison, but we're gonna change it so they're the same. So it's the same process. You got the earth on here and the bullet connector. So I'll get them swapped out. I don't think you want to see me do it twice. So yeah, I'll do that now. Okay, that's that one changed. Let's have a check. Make sure it's working. Oh yeah, that looks good. You can't see very well because of the light, but yeah, it looks good. I'm happy with that. I want to make good use of this weather, so I'm gonna change the Jimny around and we'll do the rear carrier. Okay, so the rear carrier is just a case of these 5 bolts here. That thing sits like that. So what I'm going to do is just quickly clean this up and we'll sling it on. So I'm not going to use anything special to clean it with, just my good friend Recipe 40. Okay, that's generally nice and clean now, so let's get those bolts removed. We need to get these off first. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a 14mm, so let's have a look. Yeah, 14mm, but there's a load of paint on these, so I think we're just going to have to get it on. Ooh, they're crusty, I know that much. Not an issue though. We'll make sure when we put them back on, we'll give them a little bit of loving. The washers are stuck with the paint. Okay, so I've cleaned them up, put a little bit of treatment in there just to make sure it doesn't go rusty. Time to fit this now. I wonder whether when I'm driving that's going to get annoying, so I might end up, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe cable tie underneath there just to stop it rattling, but we'll see. So I've cleaned up the bolts, put a little bit of grease on them so they don't seize up as well. Just a case of refitting, I believe. Okay, let's get the socket on that. Let's get them nipped up. All right, I think that is them all tight. Okay. Ta-da! It's on. That's good. So we've got the spare wheel carrier on. We've changed the side markers, or the side indicators. So what's next? So the spare wheel carrier is because I'm going to get a spare wheel. So I'm in the process of choosing the wheels for the snow tires. So with that, I'll buy a 5th one and that's what's going to go in here. So we're predicted maybe snow this week. It's coming into the start of December, so potentially snow already, although I don't think it'll be much, to be honest. It may not even hit here. It'll probably hit the mountains around us, but it's not probably going to hit here. But I think it was the second week of December last year, we had snow on the roads. So yeah, not long now. It's coming. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. If you want me to see any other videos on the Jimny, please write a comment down below. If you have a Jimny, please put a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have a JA11 as well? I'm loving this car at the moment. It really is taking you back to my Series 3 days. The Series 3 was heavier. It had a bigger engine, but I think power to weight ratio, you probably find that this has more power, and the size is smaller than the Series, but just the way it handles and the way it feels really feels like my Series Land Rover. So yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye.